We welcome everybody here live here at the Kentucky Motor Speedway as the field gets set to go green flag racing. Dylan L. Parker is going to be starting on the pole here for tonight's race. Apologies about the super late start. Obviously, a huge miscue because the power went out, but luckily we are going to go green on time here at Kentucky. Let's go racing for 120 laps. Scoots its way into 1 and 2 and down into the back straight. Meanwhile, up front, Kyle Smalling, that 57 is looking to pull away. 3 wide action going on right over here. It's turn number 3. Might have a bit of contact. We will at Zach Nichols, who's going to go around. He's going to save the car. Wow, what a saver. 4 wide working around him, but man, the 44 was dead sideways as he worked himself through the corner. What a save. We're going to get at it again, but man, that was huge, and you saw it entering the corner right there. Zach Nichols, and was car up the high side. That was the 72. Don't even know who that is. Eric Royce. Luckily, we keep it green, and alright, everything's up and going with ATVO. But yeah, apologies about the late start. We had a couple of broadcast issues. Somebody decided to hit a light pole. But we're back green, luckily. Hopefully no power flickers happen. If that does happen, we'll try to get ourselves back live ASAP, but the focus is in on the leaders. We're working the 1 and 2. Leader. That was 7 Kyle Smalling is. Bunch of them getting done and such like that, but we'll get into the race details. Yeah, that was a big moment for that number 44, Zach Nichols. And there he is. He's still trying to work through the field. A lot of cars around this area as well. Just in the back side, that car who made contact with that 72 of Eric Royce. Side of it. Royce's side of the racetrack. Trying to get what he can off of that. This being carried up there right now. Look at up front of this. This is just Kizik and Mark Brannigan. I mean, not Brannigan, but Mark Stryker. Nice NFRL. Kizik working that bottom side of the racetrack. 77. Mark Stryker working the top side. Fairly nice and even. Falls all the way to 11th place. glad y'all could join us here for tonight. Obviously, a big night. It's elimination night. I think it's elimination night. No, it's not. It's round number 8. I mean, it's the Elite 8. The people who got eliminated from yesterday, I mean, from last race, were Mark Stryker, 77. Joseph Kizik, 53. Derek Winter in the 9. Tyler Logan, the 5. Unfortunate for them. Their hopes and dreams of an NFRL championship have been diminished at Dover. Up front still, the 57 of Kyle Smalley has pulled up 1.5-second lead. Skylar Carnes, who really had a nice qualifying effort. Apologies, I'm staying silent for a bit as we get ourselves, I get myself set up for the ongoing broadcast. And I want to apologize about the late start, the untimely situation, how my power is doing. But for right now, we'll focus in on as everybody gets themselves settled here for tonight's broadcast. This is actually not the right broadcast. And this is actually North Forza. Alright, I think we're set for right now, so we'll take a scroll at where everybody's sort of floating around. But yeah, welcome to the broadcast. Obviously, huge rush to get in. I had all sorts of issues. Getting myself set up for tonight's event. But yeah, luckily you're live, so thank y'all for joining here in the broadcast. Of course, as I said, many apologies to the crappy situation I was given. Unfortunately, somebody wanted to hit a light pole and cut the power just momentarily, but we are back. We're live, luckily. Try to get everybody as best as situated as much as possible with the broadcast. They all say the show must go on. Last year for third place, John Furnace makes himself under that number 25 with Dylan L. Parker. Parker's going to lose a spot. How about the number 4, Carl Hammer? He's going to work to the backside of that machine. Tried to take position as he worked onto the front straightaway. Carl Hammer, number 4, of course. He's at 7th in points as of right now. We'll go ahead and pull up point standings and how they stand around. But see the battle right in front. 82 and 25 going right at it. Enwork's going to peek his nose to the low side and try to take advantage off of that position. Enwork really shoved himself under that number 25 with L. Parker. Parker loses 2 spots in the process. At 57 to Kyle Smalley slowly, he tried to pull away for the first 26 laps, but now pushing those tires is starting to play an effect to him. He's starting to lose some time to that number 47, Kyle Smalley right now. Smalley, you see the difference there right in front of your screen as he heads himself into turn number 3. Smalley nearly picked up the win at Auto Club, but luckily for him, number 47 is looking strong here for tonight. He's running in 2nd place. He started all the way back in 7th place, and now he's worked up forward. Start-finish line that time by. The gap is closed under 2 seconds. Battle here also right behind, looking like Alan Dobbs and the 61 of Kirk Marble are going to go at it. Dobbs nearly picked up the win at Dover and upset. Dobbs is not running for the... Oh, got problems right here. The 25 of Dylan L. Parker. Gonna slice it all the way to the low side. Looks like a disconnection for him. he decides to call it quits. We'll see what happened to that number 25 with Dylan L. Parker. He's working himself off the turn number 2. Looks like just, you know, yeah. Hit the wall and decided to call it quits. He's running part-time. Unfortunate for him, he had to wreck out early. But as we get ourselves set up for this first run, we want to thank y'all for joining us here tonight for the Kentucky 180 NFRL Berserker Series, round number 20. We're coming to closing stages here soon as we get ourselves set. The next round is going to be at, I think, ISM, or I mean, what is Phoenix Raceway now? Phoenix Raceway. So that should be exciting on how that will turn out. Come through in force. Not Smalley, but Karn's just starting to lose a bit of time now to that leader. We'll scroll a bit back through the field and see where everybody else is running. The 15 of Connor Crichton's running in 9th place. Eric Royce in 72 running in 10th. Zach Nichols, after that contact on lap number 1, he's all the way up in 11th place after sort of slowly rebounding, but right behind, there's all sorts of movement right here, as you see right behind. A big cutoff, as I think that's a 12 of Dave Fuge trying to go ahead and cut down in front of the 83 of Kevin Foster. Foster, the last car in this, Foster in that 83 was the last car in this, in the chase field. So Foster needs a great showing here at Kentucky to make himself forward. Right now he's currently running in 19th place he wants to be running, but trying to find a way around Dave Fuge and Vince Marsh. Sort of blockade between them as they enter turn number 1. Fortunately, that 83 of Kevin has to sort of watch out as he works now under the 14. Also up here in this mix, number 19 of Presley Gilson trying to hold off the now eliminated number 5 of Tyler Logan. Logan works himself to the underside of that number 19. Following right behind, that's the 8 of Evan Rice. Rice, your 4th place car, coming into the next chase. At number 8, 12 seconds behind the leader. At number 57, so he has to get some type of caution, working himself back and hit a good reset, but currently up front though, the 57 of Kyle Smalley has gapped out that 47 of Carnes, and Hanworth has now placed himself into 3rd place over the 82 of John Furness. Kentucky's characteristics are all sorts of bumpy. This is going to wear out the tires, so I expect some people to surge forward during the late end of the run. Similar like what Robbie Audi did, the Dover race, last week. Smalley is sort of pulled away a bit. There's your track facts right in front of your screen. Welcome to Kentucky Motor Speedway. Corners 17 degrees around the racetrack. Front stretch is 8, back stretch is 4. You saw there that number 10 of Morgan Baird got a bit tight off of turn number 4. He's trying to use up as much track as he can, but you don't want to use up too much that you'll slide up the racetrack. But Morgan nicely snugged up in 5th, but the 61 of Kirk Marble is not letting him go. Morgan lowest all the way in 9th. Nice is where he's running right now, but he's about to lose a position at number 61 to Kirk Marble. Marble straddling the second line of the racetrack rather than all the way to the bottom side of that yellow line. This track's similar like Michigan, even though the surface characteristics are all sorts of contrasted. It could, if you're running this like Michigan, roam in that second or third groove to get as much momentum and push it down into the corners as much as you can. Bottom line is just too bumpy, as you see some side-by-side action right here. See there, the 77 striker is avoiding that bottom side of the racetrack. He doesn't want to run there as he's side-by-side with the 22 Alan Dobbs. Scoots himself right up off the corner and gets a run off. That third lane, he'll clear that 77 entering turn number 1, but yeah, both of them really tied up the racetrack, but the battle will recontinue. As also a battle right in front of him, Morgan Bear trying to fend off his 5th place starting spot. Biggest movers of the day within that top 5. Skylar Carnes up 4 positions, who just got passed by that number 4 of Carl Hanwerk. Hanwerk now slowly trickling forward. He's definitely faster than that leader in that number 57, Kyle Smalley. I'm pretty sure Hanwerk likes this racetrack because Hanwerk, of course, he definitely liked Dover and how it turned out for him. He finished all the way in, I think, 3rd or 2nd place. Same characteristics like Texas Motor Speedway. Track all sorts of roughed up. As you see here, one driver's going to hit pit road this time by. That'll be your leader, the 57, Kyle Smalley. Looking like the 4 was a bit faster on that longer run. We'll see if the 40 is going to hit pit road this time by, but green flag pit stops up and away a bit earlier than what I anticipated. Some other drivers also going to enter pit road as well, being joined on in with your leader, that number 57, Kyle Smalley. Looks like to be the number 10 of Morgan Baird is also in on the pit road. Half the field's actually just scooted on itself on a pit road. I'll go ahead and get my camera just set as I can. Apologies about the ratchet away, but I didn't prepare all the cameras. But yeah, you see right there, there's your what was your leader, that number 57 of Kyle Smalley, scooting himself off. The 10 of Morgan Baird also off. Looks like Alan Dobbs, Mark Stryker all hitting pit road this time. Connor Crichton, I don't know who that car is, that yellow machine, working himself on the pit road, but more drivers gonna hit pit road this time by. It looks like another wave of cars gonna hit pit road. Eric Royce scoots himself on in, the 5 of Tyler Logan, Dave Fuge, Vince Marsh, Derek Winter, and Pete Gilson now scoot themselves out of pit road. Now 6 cars on the racetrack remaining to go ahead and come on to pit road, but 78 laps to go. We'll have at least one more stop. It's gonna happen around lap 15 or 13 to go. So. Currently your leader, that number 4 of Carl Hanwerk. He's looking to stretch the field all the way, as now Kirk Marble is going to hit pit road this time by. Fairly clean race as of right now. Joseph Kizik in the 53. Looks like a disconnection from him, unfortunate. He'll be DNF after this one. There's the 4 of Carl Hanwerk. Right up behind, that's the 9 of Derek Winter. And you see the speed difference between the two. Winter actually has to unlap himself twice to get back on the lead lap, but fortunately for Fortunate for that number 9 and Derek Winter. He's trapped 2 laps down us right now. Still waiting for this top 5 to scoot itself onto pit road. Maybe Carl wants to hit pit road this time by. No, it looks like getting himself out on the racetrack. The more he stays himself out, the more these drivers, like the 57 of Kyle Smalley, will work themselves to the backside. That number 4 of Carl Hanwork. Hanwork looking for more of a long run. So seems to be a split strategy as of right now. Some drivers short pitting it to take on tires for a better run, but they're gonna have to pit real late, which will just play into that number 4 of Carl Hanwork's hands. I think Hanwork might head himself on pit road this time. No, I thought the 9 to Derek Winter. Ooh man, Derek got real tied right up off the corner. So these people looking to stretch the fuel all the way rather than going with new rubber. So everybody from 6th on down has short pitted. They're obviously faster than this top 5. I'm interested to see on where Hanwork is going to come out with his newer tires. He could even stretch it maybe all the way around 60 or 65. But we'll have to see as he gets himself set around. He's looking for a 1-stop race rather than a 2-stopper. He does want to stretch it all the way to lap number 60. Because if he can, that'll mean Hanwork will just have to pit one less time than everybody else who just pit. Really don't know how big the fuel run is as of right now. As you see some drivers, there's the 57 of Smalley working himself around. Their leader, that number 4, so that'll put 6 cars on the lead lap. Morgan Baird looking to unlap himself here soon. But yeah, the 4 of Hanwork is planning to go stretch the fuel all the way maybe to lap 60-ish. He pits on now. He'll have to stretch it at least 10 laps. In the battle here for 2nd place, Skylar Carnes has now lost position on that 2nd. Oh, that 82 Furnace is about to give that outside wall a payment. A side swipe. Luckily, pinpoint driving by that number 82. Also working to the backside is that number 10 of Morgan Baird. Again, he's 1 lap down, but now it looks like 47 of Skylar Carnes has lost that speed he had earlier. Fortunately, he's lost at the 82 of John Furnace. Furnace himself this track himself on the low side, obviously, for tires. But yeah, still just 6 cars on the lead lap. The top 5 attempting to stretch the fuel from this point forward. Zach Nichols in the number 44. Not a good night for him. Of course, that lap 1 contact led up to where he is right now. Nichols is stowed away in 18th place. Started himself, I don't even know where. Started himself in 9th. He's 2 laps down as well. Not aiming to unlap himself. Looks like all these, this whole top 5 is aiming to go with a 1-stop strategy rather than the rest of the field who's aiming to bank on a 2-stop strategy. Kyle Smalley, the number 57. I don't even know if he could stretch it forward, but he still has he's 12 laps logged on his tires. 67 laps to go. That'll mean he'll have to stretch it all the way to about 70 laps, which is honestly a big run for a 1.5 miler. But we'll have to see on how that number 57, a Smalley, will be. He had himself deep into the corner. Pulled himself a good gap over that 6th place car, that number 83 of Kevin Foster, who's now also on the lead lap and stopped around the number 4 of Carl Hanworth. You see the gap there between the two. Fairly big. I wouldn't be surprised to see that, but Smalley, who took tires recently, has now worked himself around the number 83 of Kevin Foster. Foster, of course, real old tires on that machine. He's trying to stretch it all the way to just make it a one-stop strategy from this point forward. So maybe he's going to head himself on the pit road. Yep, he works himself all the way to the low side of the racetrack. Foster's going to come in this time by and scoots that 83. He's probably going to be 2 or 1 lap down, but it'll be interesting how all the people who stayed out, where they're going to be. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, to see Foster 2, maybe 3 laps down after that call by staying out. Also heading himself on the pit road was John Furness in the number 82. He now scoots himself off. He's going to come out and looks like to be, well, 13th place. But you see there, the number 4 of Carl Hanworth. He's trying to stretch it all the way to lap 60 and maybe cut the run in half and bank it in for what is to be a one-stop race for him. Skylar Carnes also on the same strategy, as well as the 8 of Evan Rice. Hanworth scoots it on down to 50 miles per hour as he scoots himself to the double yellow cones. Slows it on down, and here comes your leader, finally working himself onto pit road. Carl Hanworth is going to find his pit stall and elect on with full tank of gas and four fresh Goodyear tires. I'll be up and away fairly quickly. Out, Evan Rice, who's yet to hit pit road, will now scoot himself onto pit road this time by. So the 8 hits pit road, squeezes himself down. Ooh, had to lock up those tires. Luckily for him, he's going to slap 4 on anyway. There's your leader. Now the 57 of Kyle Smalley will retake the lead, but I'm interested to see on how that 4 will pertain with fresh tires and just one set with a one-stop strategy. Not one set of tires, what am I saying? Ollie scoots himself at the start-finish line. There's the gap where the 10 of Morgan Baird is. So we now have 13 cars on the lead lap after that lengthy pit cycle. This is where everybody stands right now. We'll go through the field fairly quickly. As the 57 to Kyle Smalley scoots some stuff through. Smalley now up in first, as Lowest was all the way in 13th place. Started all the way in second. Morgan Baird in the number 10. He's been to victory lane at Darlington Speedway. Darlington Raceway. He's looking for a second. Not a chaser though. Just recently eliminated that number 77, Mark Stryker. He's looking to get some redemption after being eliminated. He runs in third place. Alan Dobbs in the number 22. Currently sitting in fourth as of right now. Dobbs is not a chaser. Evan Royce, you see the big damage on the left-hand side of the door panel after contact there with a 44 of Zach Nichols. The 72, the 72, Eric Royce still runs all the way in fifth. Jaded Kurtachi in the number 11 machine runs in 6th place. His lowest was all the way in 22nd. He changed up 16 of where he started. His lowest was restarted. The 15 of Connor Crichton runs in 7th place. His lowest was 18, started in 12th. Changed up 5 positions as he's getting some heat from that number 4 of Carl Handwerk, who just recently pitted. He works himself to the low side for that position. Handwerk now works himself to now 7th. What was 8th, his highest was all the way in first position. He's aiming for a one-stop strategy. Also with a one-stop strategy, that number 82, John Furness, he's aiming to stretch the field from all the way from start to finish. That number 82 currently sits in 9th. His highest place was it was 2nd. Tyler Logan in the number 5 machine, just recently eliminated as well. He currently runs in 10th place in that South Carolina machine. Carolina machine. I don't even know where he lives, north or south. But for that, number 5, he currently runs in 5th. Dave Fuge, one of the newer newcomers here in that number 12 machine, currently runs 11th place. Started all the way back in 14th, but his highest was in 10th. He's looking to boost that position even further as he worked themselves and past halfway. 14 of Vince Marsh, currently in 12th place, started himself in 3rd. It's really fallen off of where he was just running, so looking for a rebound here for this next run. Skylar Carnes at that 47, he too has really fallen off. He was running 2nd earlier in this race, but elected with a different strategy. He's electing for a one-stopper from this point forward, and he has to work around that number 82, John Furness, as well as the number 4 of Carl Handwerk. We'll see how that turns out. The 8 of Evan Rice has a lot of left side, I wouldn't say a lot, but some scrapes on that left-hand side panel. He's currently 1 lap down, sitting in 14th. Derek Winter as well in the number 9 machine, as he's fairly slow. Might have slipped off the corner, but Derek sits in 15th. Pete Gilson, that number 18 car, a weekly runner in the series. Unfortunate for him, he's 1 lap down. He currently sits in 16th. Kevin Foster in the 83, he sits in 17th place after starting. His highest place was in 5th place, but now is really reeling back after that late race strategy. But here's a man that we're all focused on. That number 44 is Zach Nichols. And not a great run for that number 44. He currently sits in 18th place after that contact with the 72. Presty Gilson in the number 19 has actually found himself onto pit road. He's the last car on track as of right now. Smalley's sorta, I wouldn't say sorta, he is pulling away from that number 10, Morgan Baird. Baird pitted on the same lap that number 57 as Smalley did, but again, Smalley, different strategy for that number 57. Elected to, I think, go for a 2-stop strategy. I'm not sure if you can make it from this point forward. We'll have to see. Last time he pitted was 30 laps ago. I'll need to log in at least 50 more, so 50 plus 30. That's about 80 laps. I don't think you could go all the way from this point forward, but we'll have to see. Or Smalley will sit. Baird all the way on the front straight away. Mark Stryker in the 77 looking to pounce forward. That machine. Alan Dobbs also up in the top 5 mix as well. And there's the number 4, Carl Hanwork. We were just talking about him, how he's short pitted. I mean, how he late pitted, I guess you could say. All the way to the back side of him is that number 83, but unfortunately he's 1 lap down. But 4 of Hanwork, pressure tires on that machine. He's looking to go ahead and bounce on that number 22 and Alan Dobbs. You see the speed carrying through the corner. Ford going to work himself to the low side, easily past that number 22, Alan Dobbs. Hanwork is slowly working himself forward, and it's just a matter of time before these this top 3 will have to pit for 1 more time, unless they can save fuel from this point forward. But right now, Hanwork is carving a path through. He's going to have to make up 11 seconds all the way back to that leader, that number 57 to Kyle Smalley. Apologies about that. Here comes the 4 of Hanwork to the back side of that number 10. He's going to scoot himself all the way down to the yellow line. Pass for position. Morgan Barrett can't do much. All he has to do is just pinch, but 4 with those new tires, all he's going to do is just scoot himself up and away. Try something different. Just figuring around with settings and stuff. Yeah, all Smalley really has to do is just scoot himself up and away. Hanwork has now worked himself in that 2nd place, and he's definitely catching that top spot. Now the gap is gonna start closing. Watch there on the left-hand side of the screen. That gap was 10 seconds. Now it's scooting all the way to 9. Hanwork is coming with those fresh tires. That just tells you so much about how much tires do mean here at the Kentucky Motor Speedway. Tinkering around with stuff like this. Apologies about that. Alright, we're back live. But yeah, Handwork's coming. Now the gap is down to 7 seconds, as now you see the pass there for 3rd place. John Furness has worked himself around that number 10 of Morgan Baird. Wants to push himself forward. 83 of Kevin Foster giving a bit of a headache to that number 82. Unfortunate for that number 83. He is one lap down, so not really a factor as of right now, but unless the caution does come out. Smalley's going to hit pit road. So Smalley hits pit road. And he's trying to cancel out that number 4 strategy of Carl Handwork. Now, Handwork could stretch the field from this point forward. We'll see on where that number 57 will come out of pit road. Because, again, Handwork's electing for a one-stop strategy. And here's the second stop that number 57 is going to pull. And he does drag up along some company. It's like Alan Dobbs, J.D. Kutachi is also in, Dave Hughes, Vince Marsh, Zach Nichols, all hitting pit road this time by. I'm pretty sure all the people who stay themselves out on the racetrack will probably hit pit road as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see that number 10 of Morgan Baird hit the hit onto pit road too. Vince Marsh, the 11 of Kutachi, now working himself out. Marsh hits pit road this time by. Here's Dave Hughes in that number 12 machine. In and out, all these drivers go. Connor Crichton also in and out. So now that'll leave just 6 cars on the lead lap. Now make it 5 as Tyler Logan works himself onto pit road. The 5 of Logan scoots himself in and out. Now he's joined in by the number 9 of Derek Winter, who's going to elect on with, see if 2 tires, or yeah, it looks like 4 tires for that machine. So now it becomes a mind game. Was the 4 strategy of Carl Handwork worth enough to work himself a nice gap over that 82? Was it enough to keep himself 4th? And you see the 57 of Smalley. That's who Handwork needs to watch out for. Smalley, I'm pretty sure Handwork's going to try to hold back. Oh, he dumped him! Wow!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
He just straight line. Oh, Furness gets involved! Unbelievable. There's Smalley. Wow. What seemed to be the greatest strategy on the race has just turned into an absolute disaster for that number 4. Carl Handwork. Not only is his race done for, but his chase is in deep jeopardy. It looks like the 57. Oh man, he definitely had some type of issue. You see him stopped here on the outside wall. Got to be some type of issue with the 57 because Smalley. He started in 2nd place. He wouldn't just straight up do that. And you see the 82 of Furness also just slam into the mix. Oh, wow. Well, the multiple drivers are going to take the wave around. We're talking about big reset buttons with a caution, and there's one of them. That is not only a game changer for the race itself, but playoff. These playoff implications definitely in play here at the Kentucky Motor Speedway. Smalley had to have some sort of issue, because after he hit Handwork, he drove dead straight. into the outside wall. Smalley was in good position as well. Recently pitted, came out in front of all the drivers who just recently hit pit road. Now what that does is gonna put a lot of people all the people who didn't pit, just recently hit pit road, they come out all in front of the drivers who do have to take the wave around, which is all the drivers who recently pitted. So all the way back here to, looks like the 14 of Vince Marsh. There's your leader, the number 10 of Morgan Baird. Man, that's crazy. Wow. A bit speechless right now. Can't believe that happened. Of course, Smalley, some sort of issue, has taken out a potential winner. That is unfortunate. He also took out the 82, John Furness, who was P2. He came in here as your points leader. So Furness having a bad day. Oh boy, the tides have now turned. Can maybe the 15 of Connor Crichton? He's on the lead lap. 44 of Zach Nichols is actually not. They're all these people are now getting wave runs, and only left with 5 cars up here in the main pack. The 44 of Zach Nichols, only he can gain only all the way to, but the looks of it, all the way to 11th place, just being 1 lap down. He has to fight for a lucky dog with Derek Winter and Eric Royce. Get ourselves set up for the green flag by 2 action as the field, 5 cars only themselves into turn 4. A lot of drivers who have got to get caught up. Base car now scoots itself down on the pit road. Everybody now slowing down. The green flag is out. We're up and away as lots of scrambling right behind. Don't know if that's going to be a black flag for out of line. Being out of line. Because you do get black flags for restarts. See there. New names we're going to highlight. Number 15, Connor Crichton, and the 44 is Zach Nichols. That is probably going to be for the points lead. Right behind Evan Rice. He scoots himself 4th in tonight's position. Sitting in 4th as of right now, but now he's under fire from like the 12. Dave Fuge. Fuge is actually 1 lap down in the mix of this mess. He gets himself out of the way, looking 3 wide here in the front straightaway. 4 wide as that's the number 11 of JD Kurtachi working himself all the way to the apron. Wow. That was exciting. all sorts of mixes and stuff up here in this run 6th through 10th. Some names we don't really mention a lot. Jaden Hitachi is one of them. He plucked off 3 in one corner. Of course, the number 12 of Dave Few just one lap down, and the 9 of Derek Winter has found the outside wall. But he's taking evasive to the low side, he's getting himself out of harm's way, but as of right now, goes right up off the corner in 3 wide action as the 8 of Evan Rice is still circling back. Might have been a contact as the 44 just doored the 9. Oh, what a save by the 44 of Zach Nichols. Had to move himself up had to move that 9 out of the way to put himself toward that lucky dog spot, excuse me. But he's far off of where the 72 of Eric Royce is running. Meanwhile, up front, a bit of blinking going on as Skylar Carnes has just taken the lead. We're going to see how Skylar did it. Well, he was already far up front. That number 10 as they were running 4 wide in all sorts of places. But that number 10 of Morgan Baird is not letting that 47 go. He drives himself down to the low side. Wow. Close racing up front as that 47 is attempting to go fourth. Using up as much track as he needs to. He tags the outside wall entering one, but it's enough to keep himself fourth of that number 8. I mean, not the 18, but the 10 of Morgan Baird. 83 of Kevin Foster. He is on the lead lap. He wants to peek and make this a 3-car battle. Actually, it is already a 3-car battle. All this top 3 is within at least half a second off each other. Work themselves the tri-oval. Mark this down. 24 laps to go this time by. In the 47 is Skylar Carnes. Hold off the 10 of Morgan Baird, who's looking for a second win. And he picked up his first at Darlington Raceway. He's not letting that 47 go. Just pushing him right up off the corner. And here comes Baird to the inside. Oh, contact! The 47's gonna go narrowly around. What a save, but 10 definitely got into him. That opens up the door for the 83 of Kevin Foster to take pursuit. Mark Stryker in the 77 can make something happen as well. He works himself into 4th place right behind the 47. Pretty sure the 47's tires are now shot after that scrape in 3. Four out of 5 people in this top 5 have yet to pick up an NFRL Berserker Series win. Now the 83 of Kevin Foster is trying to make his best. He came in tonight running 8th in the points. With Zach Nichols and John Furness having bad nights, is this the time for the 83 to shine? Needs to work himself to the back side of that number 10 ASAP. This time by 21 laps remaining. Does the 83 have a shot on that number 10? Battle here for 3rd place. How about Stryker That number 77, he was working himself to the bottom side of that number 47. J.D. Kurtachi and Alan Dobbs also in this mix as well. And this whole top 6 are just part-time drivers. They don't run the series full-time. And they're putting on a one hell of a show as of right now. Consider part-time drivers who don't run week-to-week basis. Connor Crichton, definitely a full-time driver. He's sort of sandwiched between lap cars. That 15, all he needs to do is log in a solid finish. He'll probably have a chance at scooting himself into that final 4 spot coming in a couple of weeks. We'll have to see though. Obviously the final 4 are going to be placed at Homestead Miami Speedway. Top 4, whoever finishes highest out of those top 4 will win the championship. There's so much chase drama going on here tonight. Don Furness wrecked. Zach Nichols, 2 laps, actually 1 lap down currently. Not even in the lucky dog position. Connor Crichton, he's sitting in 7th. Evan Rice, he's sitting in 9th. Vince Marsh, he too, he has a quiet day. He's currently sitting in 10th place as of right now, but currently getting passed by the 8 of Evan Rice. Some scrambling in front, working around that number 9 of Derek Winter. Carl Hanwork, wrecked. The 3 chasers out of the 8 have had some sort of issue. All 3 of those chasers have multiple wins on their back, except Carl Hanwork. A week-to-week contender. Actually, 4 out of the 8 chase contenders do have some kind of issues. Obviously, the 57 to Kyle Smalley, big hardware issue. And it's a race against time to whoever gets off the pit road first. The 82 of John Furness, the 4 of Carl Hanwork. One of those drivers gets off the pit road first. They might take one more point off of the other. But remember, every point counts. For 3rd place, Roars down the back straightaway, and it's the 47 of Skylar Carnes, the 77 Mark Stryker also up here in this mix as well. Number 11 and J.D. Kurtachi wanting to pass these 2 both. Running out of time. This time by as across the start-finish line. Your leader, that number 10, Morgan Baird. 14 laps to go. It's going to be enough though. Evan Foster and that number 83 is probably going to come home second. That leader, that number 10, of Morgan Baird, is slowly floating up and away. You see the 83 get tight right there. That 3rd group is definitely being used a lot. Honestly surprised. Battle for 3rd place still rages on as Skylar Carnes attempts to hold back the 11 of J.D. Kurtachi and Mark Stryker. Dobbs in the 1 and 2. Alan Dobbs. Machines sort of peeking into the mix as well. All eyes are on now this number 10 of Morgan Baird. Go ahead and pull off another major upset here tonight at Kentucky. 12 laps remaining. If there were to be a caution, this race will be changed yet again. Zach Nichols is going to be lead lap of the caution where to come out. He's already past the 72, Eric Royce, but Zach, that's basically where he's going to stall for right now unless a caution does get brought out. And it might happen as these two are duking it out. Hitachi shoves his car to the inside of the racetrack as the 47 is Skylar Carnes. That's the pinch right up off the corner. Also side by side right behind Mark Stryker and that number 77, fending off that 22 of Alan Dobbs. Dobbs works himself to the low side. Stryker gets tight. Steve Stryker mounts up a charge right up off the corner. Makes the nose down low to maybe flash foreshadowing of a crossover. But can't make it happen. To remain inside of each other though, as up front of them the 11 and the 47 of Skylar Carnes and Katie Hitachi attempt to pull away. The gap is now half a second as you see how high the 47 of Skylar is off of 4. Hitachi all over the back end of that number 47 and working themselves down into turns number 1 and 2. Go back straight away though. Nine laps of racing, remain on the racetrack. Hitachi laying his front bumper to the back side of that number 11. Just about clipped him on entry. Hitachi peeks himself to the low side. Is it going to be enough? He shoves himself down low to the 47. Might have a bit of contact as he worked himself to the corner. And they're just on each other's doors. Wow, what a move by the 11. Shoving that 47 up the track. Into the lead, but Skylar is fighting back. He's going to work himself to the low side. Can't get the nose stuck into 1. Here comes the 11, and he's going to work himself into 3rd. Foster in the 83 is now slowly falling back. Definitely had some type of hiccup. That final lap. Baird sees the gap. Over a second. I mean, less than a second as of right now. 83 of Foster is definitely falling back where he was on that number 10. Foster yet to pick up a win in the series. Five laps to go for that number 10. Baird straddles the 3rd lane to get momentum off. Spread that gap even further. The 11 of Hitachi is working himself 4th. Alan Dobbs trying to find himself around the 47 of Skylar Carnes is now slowly falling back. Hitachi working himself low with that number 83. And they were close right above the corner. Hitachi going to straddle the 3rd lane as Foster is going to shove it in for that 2nd lane. Gets the run off the corner. Hitachi is going to swipe down low. What a move by the 11. And he's going to overtake for 2nd place. 3 laps to go. I think that number 11 is Jaden Hitachi. Has the tires to beat that number 10, but Unfortunately, that gap is over 1/2 of a second now. The fight. Oh, Dobbs got tight, nearly ran over that 47 of Skylar Carnes. 2 laps to go for your leader. Work right up off the corner. Didn't lead the most laps. Gonna lead the white one. 1 more lap to go for that number 10 of Morgan Baird. Baird's not a chaser, but when he does show up, his real-world experience definitely plays key on how he runs the car. Straddles the 3rd lane, working himself off of turn number 4. Got his first win at Darlington Raceway. Now going to add on to that resume. Morgan Baird and that number 10, yet again, an NFRL North Force Berserker Series winner here at Kentucky. Wow, what a race. Jaden Kurtashi coming in 2nd place. Skylar Carnes battling it back at the 3rd. Mark Stryker in 4th, Alan Dobbs in 5th, and Connor Crichton comes home with a 6th place finish. A lot of commotion is going to be set from this point forward. Do have a lot of chasers. Definitely had all sorts of issues. There's the 10, he's going to burn it down on the front straightaway, tag the outside wall doing it, but whatever. You won the race, man. Definitely well-deserved. 10 of Morgan Baird finds himself in victory lane. Full results going to be shown right in front of your screen as you work yourselves across the start-finish line. Baird wins it here at Kentucky. Kurtashi comes home in 2nd. Carnes comes in 3rd. Stryker in 4th. Alan Dobbs in 5th place. Connor Crichton in 6th. Logan in 7th. Vin Marshall in 8th. Kevin Foster in 9th. And Evan Rice rounds himself out in 10th place. Zach Nichols 1 lap down. Derek Wint 12th. Dave Fuge 13th. Pete Gilson 15th. Eric Royce 15th. Smalley, Furness, Hanworth, Gilson, Marble round out the top 20. Joseph Kizik, L. Parker, Joshua Crane, and Garrett DeHetre all round out the way. We'll be right back right after this. This is Kentucky 180 NFRL Berserker at Kentucky Motor Speedway. Go ahead and drag in the top 30 for interviews. And we're back here live at the Kentucky Motor Speedway, the Kentucky one, rounding out round number 20. That was set up for interviews. No, excuse me. Here momentarily, go ahead and drag in our winner, at number 10 of Morgan Baird. What a day for him. Baird. With Baird, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, wow. Well, that was an interesting second portion of the race. Obviously, that caution sort of mixed some things up Don't know what strategy you elected with before that caution, because there was split strategy with a 1-stop or 2-stop strategy. But how'd you go before that caution came out?
The strategy was going to be probably 3-stop. We pitted early there, short pitted, and got out pretty good track position. And then, the caution came probably at about the perfect time after the leaders passed me there, the couple fast cars. And then, unfortunately for them, they were caught up in it, and it opened the door. We were able to come down and running out to the end there just on that 1-stop. I was probably going to run it as far as I could go on that second, that last stint there, and then the caution just came out. But good run there, 47, and the 11 were the fast guys there at the end, and I was just trying to conserve there the last 10, 15 laps after I got past the 47, so it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, definitely, man. Speaking about how you passed the 47, definitely tires were the talk of the day. How'd you learn to go ahead and adapt and conserve to pass the 47 for the end result?
Well, I felt like we were racing pretty hard there at the beginning of that run. He got into me when he got past me there, and then I got back to him and just kind of held my own. I felt like he was burning his stuff up there too. A little bit at the beginning of that run, I was just kind of riding there, conserving, and then we got together. But yeah, like I said, I felt like he was burning his stuff up, and he fell back quite a ways after we got past him, and I was just trying to conserve there, holding off. I think it was the 83. So all around, pretty good day for us. So about time we got ourselves back here and not getting wrecked for once. So it feels pretty good.
Yeah, definitely, man. Congratulations on your win here after tonight. Before we let you go, any sponsors you want to thank here?
Just founders. Want to thank our whole No Chance Motorsports group: John, Jaden, Zach, Matt, everybody that comes out here and races. Pretty cool to have two cars in the top 2 there. So just thanks to everybody in the league for putting it on. It's fun. We'll be back next week to get another one, hopefully.
All right, 10-4. Morgan Baird rounding himself out in 4th after starting in 6th. We'll go ahead and see you coming next week, man.
Yep, have a good one.
Yep. Go ahead and drag in the number 11, Jaded Kutachi, into the booth. Jaded, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, a great run for you in that number 11 machine. Obviously, your teammate running out to get the W, but, man, a great day. Obviously, you run the series part-time. You came into the second half out of nowhere. How'd you find yourself up there within the top 5?
Me and my teammates, we decided to plan a strategy out, see if it worked, and fortunately it did. I just can't thank my sponsors enough, though. Community-wide Federal Credit Union, Fast Racing Network, R&B Car Company, Preferred Warranties Incorporated, Death by Moose Media, TechWork Trailer Sales, and A&N Extensions. But my teammates, they've helped me out get to those points in my racing on here, and when I first came on here, I was the slowest kid ever.
Luckily for you, you bring it home to a 2nd place finish, man. Something had to be good with your car. How was it out there, man?
It was really, really tight. Definitely did not like it at all. So we just decided to conserve tires a little bit, work with what we had, and fortunately we came up 2nd at the end.
Definitely, man. Tires were the talk of the day, and how'd you learn to conserve here at the Kentucky Motor Speedway?
I just decided to pace myself, run extremely consistent lap times, and be able to stay fast. That's basically what I did.
All right, man. 10-4. Before we let you go, any more sponsors you want to thank here for tonight?
No, but I do want to thank Matt Kemp, Zach Nichols, John Furness, Joe Renaud, Jimmy Gocker, all of them guys. They've helped me out so much on racing on here and getting me faster and faster. It's just awesome to have that.
And 10-4, Jaded Kutachi is going to round himself out in 2nd place, looking to bring that momentum on to next week and maybe even grab up a win, man. Congratulations on your 2nd place finish. We'll go ahead and see you coming next week.
Thank you.
For 11, Jaded Kutachi, and we're going to go ahead and slide into the booth at number 47 of Skylar Carnes. And Carnes, you got a copy?
I do.
Oh, man, that win was, you could taste the win, and then the 10 got in you there into turn number 3. What happened as you started to enter turn number 3?
in turn number 3, it was just, I got a little bit tight. I had some right front damage, and not only that, before that restart, Morgan checked up a little bit, and I ran into the back of him, got a little bit of front end damage from that too. So, I mean, I had a loss of aero. So they had the speed while I had, speed, but I lacked, on the straightaways due to aero.
Yeah,
But it was a fun one. Rubbin's racing. It happens. That's racing. I'm not mad. That's racing.
Yeah, definitely. You can't be mad out after a third place finish here tonight, especially with all the drivers in tonight's field. A strong set of drivers here tonight, but to round yourself off third, you got to be happy about that, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely happy because I've had a horrible season. Unlucky. I've disconnected a lot due to internet. I've missed some races. I've wrecked out most of the season, but, I've learned from the trucks, and in another league I've been in, just to take it smooth, take it easy, and the race will come to you. And we had a good strategy tonight, and definitely my first third in the B cars was, it's motivating to know, hey, I might be able to do something next week, next season. It was a blast here at Kentucky. It's a fun track. I really do enjoy it. Of course, I feel a little bit bad for, running Kevin up on the lap final turn, but like I said, Rubbin's racing. You got to do what you got to do to get a position. It wasn't really that bad. He saved it. I just moved him up on the track.
And 4, man, and you're going to round yourself out in third place after starting yourself in 7th. But before we let you go, I got one more question to ask you. Before that caution came out, how were you looking to aim around with strategy?
The strategy-wise was, Carl, John, and I, my spotter, Josh Zintek, he was telling me, they pit before us, but they're still good to the green. We were going to make it all the way to the green. If it stayed all the way green, we would have been, able to make it to the end on fuel, while everybody else would have had to take another stop or two. So we would just, try to play the waiting game. And then we got lucky when that caution came out because everybody else was a lap down. And, that just helped us to come in, fix my damage that I had, and get 4 fresh ones. And didn't have to worry about Kyle, didn't have to worry about some of the fast guys because they're stuck in the back. And my focus at that point was, try to be in position to win. And, I played my cards a little too early, and the damage played a factor. But like I said, top 3, I'm happy about that.
Top 10-4, man. Congratulations. Skylar Carnes going to round himself out third. Before we let you go, any sponsor you want to thank here for tonight?
I definitely want to thank Josh Zintek Motorsports. I'm a part of his team. It's been a blast with him all season, especially in the trucks. Definitely want to thank all my VR friends that I play with. My buddy Scott, my Uncle Wayne, my dad, my mom, and basically anybody else out there that's a fan of the 47.
All right, man. 10-4. Skylar Carnes going to round himself out in third. Looking to bring momentum on to next week. We'll go ahead and see you coming next week then.
All righty. Thank you.
Yep. That was Skylar Carnes with the number 47. A great run for him, but number 10, it was the number 10's day after 120 laps at the famed Kentucky Motor Speedway. Until next time, thank you all for tuning in after our late start, obviously. Apologies about the man who hit the pole. The power line that decided, you know what, we're going to end this broadcast. We're going to start this broadcast late. But otherwise than that, thank you all for watching. My name is Zeke Reyes. Until next time, KMN going to be signing out, and we'll see you on next week's Tuesday.